want to wish you a very happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. We've got Feather and Happy Beans. It's Lenny Wennerstrom, and they're dressed. We're all kind of dressed. I'm still in my PJs, and we're heading to be with Lynette for Thanksgiving. And I just wanted to reflect. I wanted to wish you happy Thanksgiving, and I wanted to reflect on a time, for all of my friends in the United States who are celebrating Thanksgiving. And just, if you are not celebrating Thanksgiving, but just being thankful. I was reflecting really this morning before, when was I really, really grateful recently amidst everything that has been happening, and there's been a lot of gratitude. And one of the things that I'm sure you do as well, I think a lot of us do, is in times of change or things that are happening in our lives, we really look for the blessings that we find in our lives. And I remember when we were in Amarillo, and if you've been following my journey, we were in Amarillo for about 2.5 months, maybe a little longer, and when Steve was in the hospital. And I was sitting down in front of the motorhome, and I was on the steps, and I was just thinking, man, this is so hard. This is, I'm so tired. I don't know if I can go through one more, ICU visit or all the things that, and then I was looking at the sun. It was getting late, and I was looking at the sunset, and it was before I did a video for you, and I thought, man, it is so beautiful here in Amarillo, and the sunsets, and all the things I had to be grateful for. And I had these 2 little beautiful puppies, and I had Lynette. Look at them, they're so cute, dressed in a little sweater. I put it on for you guys. and oops, okay, 2 kitties up. That might be the end of their little sweaters. and I was just feeling so immensely grateful for the opportunity to be there in that moment, the opportunity for Steve still to be cared for as well as he was being cared for, and for him to have an opportunity to live, since he said he wanted to live. He has since passed on the 8th of this month, and for Lynette, Lynette was there helping. Lynette, our daughter, and CosmicMoves.com, if you don't know who Lynette is, and so I just felt the shift from, and I love shifting my state. I really love knowing I have that power, and so I shifted from this just by looking at the sunset, or it was getting all orange and pink, and in Amarillo, the sunsets and the sunrises, absolutely phenomenal. And I was thinking of all the people there who had the owner of the RV park, how he had just kept knocking down our daily to weekly pricing so that we could stay there, and in a very nice spot, and how the people there, the one, her name is Michelle, and if you're watching, Michelle, thank you. And how she took care of the puppies every day before I could take them into the hospital, and how she would take them morning and afternoon for walks, and so that they could stay. And I was thinking, and I was so in love with the little puppies, because they spent hours and hours in that RV, and they just were not used to that. Steve and I have had them with us wherever we go since they were born, and they turned 3 there, and I turned 63 in Amarillo. We're 60 years apart, puppies and me, and so I just had this. My heart was just so full of all the peeparoos that we had met, and the nurses and the doctors, and Steve for, you know, really working on his journey, and Lynette being there, and for you, and as I made the videos, and the comments and the love that poured through, and then just my surroundings, and the ability to have the resource of having that motorhome, so I could have Lynette and I could have a place to stay, and the puppies, where we didn't have to worry about looking for, you know, a hotel that would take the dogs, or an Airbnb, or, you know, it was just, and I felt so immensely grateful, and for the resources to be able to sustain staying there, and for Steve for providing a lot of that. And my heart was just so like, it went from feeling so tired and thinking, how can I go one more day, to like, whew, and I just opened up, and I felt that immense love, the divine love of that we are so much more than this human body, and this is all just an experience. And it just shifted my state and into one from, as I mentioned before, just a super low frequency, right? Just tired and concerned, worried and stressed, and a little on the depressed side, and to just this immense state of gratitude and being in love with being alive and here on planet Earth at this time and going through the experience. And so, you know, I invite you in your worst and most challenging times as you see them, that to, and I'm sure I don't need to tell you this, because probably you do this just as I do, and it's just shifting of that state. If you don't, I invite you to really try and look at all of your blessings, and really move into the feeling of them, like I did with the sunset, and just all the love of all the peeparoos around me, and my family, like my family that was supporting me from afar. My sister came all the way from Florida to see Steve in the hospital, in the ICU, and my brother came, my youngest brother came several times, and then I had calls from all my siblings throughout that time. And it's just, it became this something so beautiful, that moment where I was so tired shifted into one of gratitude, yet knowing that all of this was just an experience, and there was so much more on the other side of it that was so beautiful, and that is now unfolding. It's every day our lives are unfolding to the unknown. We don't know what it is, yet it's, so we go with this joyous heart and an open heart, and that in and of itself will open doors, because our heart, it's magnetic, and our thoughts are electric, and when we align those two, what are we bringing into our lives but more of that immense gratitude and joy and love. And even in what we could consider to be the most challenging of times, we can excel in times of change, and we can find immense success in every single area of our lives when we have the open heart and we use our tools to move ourselves on planet Earth, for the human journey, right? The spiritual experience, and meld those two, just as we do our heart and our brain, and we meld the spiritual experience with the human experience, and we put all of that together and open up, and oh my goodness, we just flow. So I love you so very, very mucho. Happy Thanksgiving, and I hope that with this day, if you are celebrating, that this is a joyous day. If this is not, you're not in the United States and you're not celebrating, then I hope that you can place yourself in a place of gratitude and think of all the tools you have in all the videos that I have made, with so many tools for you to excel in times of change, and for you to find success in every single area of your lives. I love you so very, very mucho. And we will see you later today with another passage from Dr. Shad Helmstetter's book, 365 Ways of Finding Your Purpose. 365 days of self-talk, a positive self-talk for finding your purpose. I love you so much, Joe. Happy Thanksgiving.